Hello there, my friends. Yes, it's been a sweet minute. I've been so busy working on Try Paper Play. And so, yes, if you want to find out more, go on over and check out Try Paper Play. You can find me on my Etsy store, Try Paper Play Journals. You can find me on my website, trypaperplay.com, my YouTube. Uh, Listen, just type in Try Paper Play. I've been so busy. I've been so blessed going to Kitchener Scrap Fest. I've got a uh, what is it called now? I'm doing a lot of paper stuff, man. Um, National Scrapbooking Day, I believe it is, in Aurora. I am just all into creating journals and getting a lot of pieces put together. But basically, I am inviting you all to try paper play. Isn't that wonderful? When I came up with that name, I was so elated because it's simply, said, try paper play, and you will find out exactly what many of us have found, that it's a special, special world full of special people. And on Aisha Motivates today, I just want to share with you not only what makes me happy, but something for us all to ponder, something that I wish you to ponder, especially the ladies, and maybe for the men as well. You just have to put it into your perspective. But today I wanted to focus on the ladies and the fact that, from a young girl, we are introduced to dolls and homemaking and the whole bit, right? And of course, we've got Ken. But I don't know about you, but I'm not familiar with boys, playing with Ken and housemaking and such as much as women, young girls doing so, right? With the baby and the dolls and playing mom and all of these things. And so we're, in a way, I guess you can say, we're conditioned, aren't we? We're conditioned to having this and to having our Ken. And maybe if we don't have it, what will become of us? And so what ends up happening is that we basically lower our standards. We get to the point sometimes where our happiness can be contingent on us finding that special person. And for me, as I've been saying, my Boaz, mind you, now it is not so much Boaz, though his character and his characteristics are wonderful for a mate. I am now on the track wherein I overheard this preacher saying that for her now, her uh, type when it comes to men is Ephesians 5:25, and that's Christ loving us as he loved the church and gave his life for it. So what does that mean? Well, that means that your spouse, your partner, your friend, your special mate will be someone who is selfless and just want to love you and share a life with you, one that's built on trust, wherein, as someone said recently, we should be able, both men and women, to place our cell phones down and have your partner pick it up, and you're not, jumping or, to grab it from them or accusing them of checking your emails and all of these things, but rather just sharing and knowing that there's nothing to hide because you trust each other. So, I said recently in on my Facebook that, if you are dating somebody, test them. Pick it up and see how fast they'll try to snatch it from you, or start looking at you weird, or asking you, about privacy and the whole bit. Then you'll know that there's a discussion that needs to be, dealt with. But I had an epiphany because yesterday I had one of those, you know, semi day, come see, come sa. We all get those, whether or not you're a naturally upbeat person or not. And I had one of those days. And this morning, I found myself smiling and thinking to myself, you know what? Why don't you look at this the other way? You are fabulous. fearfully and wonderfully made. And that being the case, so are many of us. And when we stop and think about it, we want good things for others. We strive to be the best that we can be. And we would like to find someone who would love us in that special way. But unfortunately, sometimes because we are so uniquely special and one of a kind individual with standards that are not, you know, unrealistic, but yet specific. When something is specific, it takes a little bit longer, right? You can't just walk in a store and just pick something up just like that. No, it takes a little bit more finesse and time. And have you stopped to think that perhaps maybe the reason why that person is not there is because we are made and cut out to take on a different role, one that's so uniquely special that maybe we probably wouldn't have the opportunities and time to accomplish these things should we have that special person. And so I found myself today with a lovely smile, and I couldn't stop smiling to the point where I thought, Aisha, maybe folks might start thinking you're weird. But I became so full of joy. I started thinking, hey, you know who you are and what you're made of. And the fact that whoever it is might not find you so uniquely special, it's their loss. Have you stopped to think about that? How many poor suckers are missing out on not connecting with you because why? Maybe they're caught up with boobs and yours is small, or maybe they don't know how to handle your sauce, your sauciness, or maybe they want someone more with something, but only they know what that something is. And if that's the case, they're entitled to that something that they're looking for, right? Because they're on their own journey. And so we cannot take any and everything, and don't beat yourself up if someone is not for you or want you to be in their corner maybe. And I know, let's say for example, there's some men or women who prefer to live home with someone before they get married because they want to test drive the car, they want to see how you will be together. You're not a car. We're not cars. Why do you want to have someone play house with you and have the milk for free, only to say at the end, you know what, this is not working for me. This is not, I don't see us going anywhere. After you've dedicated yourself and time and played house with that person? So if you see yourself as being special and one of a kind, sister, brother, hold on and maybe seek to see what else are you missing out on because you were caught up thinking that over there, over here is where you ought to be. You are so special and so unique. And whoever is not wanting you to be a part of their lives or seeing you, my wish is for you to see, just stop and take stock of who you are, how special you are, what gifts, what talents, what makes you so unique that you know that you know that you know that those individuals for whom you might have had an interest in, they're missing out. And they will continue to miss out. And maybe, not maybe, but as the old saying goes, there's a pot for every lid. I think the Jamaicans say every stick of hole got his own stick of bush. However, whatever you want to say, we all have someone or more than one someone's out there. We just have to be able to connect with that person. But just in the event that you never encounter that person because of whatever, because God saw other things in your pathway, do not beat yourself up, but rather focus on doing what's on your plate. And believe you me, it ought to bring you success. It ought to bring you fulfillment. And if not, that means there's still something for you. All right? We are special. You are special. Do not beat yourself up because that person is not there yet in your life. If God wants that mate for you or a mate for you, you will have it. Wow. I had the biggest smile on my face today thinking those folks have no idea. Well, and you know, sometimes you just don't know how to take care of something. And so when you're so special, God's not going to put any and everyone in your pathway to abuse and misuse. And, you know, what if you were to get married, let's say, only to find a short while after the person come across someone and have wandering eyes because you're just not the right fit for them, but maybe you trick them or you try to romance or do something, you know, to get them only to lose them. You want to have someone that's so enwrapped with you, that just wants to be around you and know all about you. Listen, this is how Christ loves us. He knows everything about you. When I stop and I think how loved I am by Christ, I have goosebumps. And when I find myself taken with my craft, with motivating people, and just being of use in the world that I'm wrapped in, ah, the feelings that I get, I don't even think the wrong man can give to me. And this is how I want you all to think. Yes, there are times when we're going to feel a little bit lonely, or, you know, like, even the young kids, sometimes they're all wrapped in each other's arms and stealing kisses. And you're like, or you see people together and you're like, well, if they're together, what's wrong with me, right? Nothing is wrong with you. And if you find yourself thinking in these manner from time to time, that's okay. Just don't stay there way too long. Okay? This is all I wanted to say. I hope I've made a difference to somebody out there today. Because listen, if you're not getting anything, I sure am speaking to myself, because I know I'm all that and a bag of chips, and only those who don't take the time or know what they're missing will continue to think, I don't need it. How many times have you done that, thinking you don't need something until you realize, boy, if I'd taken that instead of this, boy. So you are special. Don't give up on yourself. Take care. And remember, try paper play. Find out what you've been missing, or at least just to see what others have discovered. And if it's not for you, then pass it on to someone else. I am looking to grow my website, my viewership. Like, subscribe, share. That is one of the only ways or few ways in which my information can get out to individuals. I live to spread joy and make a difference, and I hope you're doing the same as well. I pray you've been enriched with this. If you want to find out a little bit more about me, if you want to get some extra encouragement, my information will be below. Aisha Motivates. Take care.